Okay, let's get into the game here. So we will be seeing here game number 1 between Youngpanda and 7, which is the round of 16 lower bracket, and it's a best of 3. Now, if you look at the starts, resources, standard resources, it seems like they start with a bit more gold and stone. We see a lot of water buffalo already at the start here, a lot of water buffalo trade cards. Gaia Scouts, ooh, this could be important. Gaia Scouts here. As you can see, Red already having 2 scouts, and if you look at the map, it seems to be a bit different. There's a lot of wood here on the side from Panda. I can see also the gold and the stones. Let's look at the side from 7 here. Wood lines still seem better than I first anticipated. See some rhinos. And he also has a petard. Does Red have a petard as well? Let me quickly look at his base again. Nope, not seeing a petard from him, so it could have been a Gaia petard, which Yellow found. Yellow scouting around here with the scout. Unfortunately, as you can see here on the right hand side, this is just completely nothing here compared to Red's base, where there are still like a lot of Gaia units to be found and wood lines. So the map seems to be a bit of a favor for Panda. And if you look at the army counts, Yellow actually has 1 more unit. Yellow has found more units so far than Red has, and there's still a few unclaimed Gaia units to be found. So I think you could delete the trade card at this point if you ever get housed, since you're not going to trade a petard. Could be important. I mean, I would probably go forward with it really early on to maybe pick off a villager when players don't have loom, but both players already got loom, of course, since they probably got housed when finding all those Gaia units. This is important here. Don't know if Panda's noticing this, but there's an attempt to steal a lot of the water buffalo. Tried, but Red's reacting in time, and now Yellow could kill some of them. No, he's not. He could have lamed the water buffalo with scout, killing them, and then the villagers are unable to take food from them. Trade card here from Red. Could maybe here Rhino being lured in. Could maybe use like the trade card or the scouts to block the Rhino and maybe have the villager die. And ooh, Yellow might lose a villager here. Oh, look at that. The 2-3 over there actually helping him out. And army 7 to 6. 7 to 6. But I feel like Red's army is together here. You can see the 5 scouts, and here you can see 4 scouts for Yellow. Idle villager around the house. See a scout over here. Let's go to Yellow's point of view. Yeah. So actually, like we recently saw, Red also has a petard that was just in his town center, which is why I missed it. Still some Gaia units here. Look at that, finding some water buffalo, and this villager will go down. Yeah, no loom. Rhino was really far away, and Yellow being the first one to lose a unit in this game. Making the mill, awkward position. He could have milled the deer, which seems like he's not going to do here. And again, not the greatest boar lure, or rhino lure, I should say, but will be decent. Didn't think that Panda has taken any rhinos. I didn't actually see any. Okay, there are 2 rhinos over here, which he has not taken so far. Villager count, already a 2 villager difference. Could have been because of the units lost, but also because of the idle time with the town center. Now, since we are already 8 minutes in, let's check the scouting from Yellow. As you can see here, Yellow scouting pretty decent. He knows about that Red hasn't taken his rhinos yet. He knows about the deer, woodline, stone, gold. So pretty good scouting from him. Let's compare that to the scouting from Panda. Panda actually doing a lot more scouting. He's trying to find everything, even here where there's nothing. didn't actually scout the back of his base, which is weird. He prioritizes scouting the front of the opponent's base, so he knows about the wood line. Rhino sees that this is completely open here. Sees one stone pile, two stone piles. Should probably scout around a bit more over here to find stuff. Yeah, look at that, actually going to find 2 extra scouts here. Ooh, 8 to 8 military. But Red seems to be more aggressive with his, and yeah, he is Frank's, but the health bonus does not apply on the converted units. Yellow now up as well, and okay. So we had to start. Both players have a lot of scouts now, which you could pick villagers off with. And Yellow went to Feudal Age without Loom. Yellow went to the Feudal Age without Loom. This could be really bad for him. He could lose 2 to 3 villagers here. This is so bad. Yellow, why would you risk clicking up without getting Loom? Red, I think Red should have committed there. Could have killed an extra villager if he wanted. And he's actually going back. Like, if I see that my opponent still doesn't have Loom, I would send my Petard forward, and that's what Red's going to do. A Petard here on this wood line could kill like 4 or 5 villagers if it gets a good hit in. That's really risky from Yellow going up without Loom there. So Franks, what is Yellow going to do? Is he going to go into scouts? He made a second mill over here, so this mill is kind of wasted wood. He doesn't have a barracks yet, no military production for him, so it seems like he could be trying for a fast castle or something. Oh no, now he's building the barracks a bit late. He should have made the barracks while going up to feudal, so when he reaches feudal age he can immediately start making the stable or archer range depending on what unit he's going for. Okay, so it seems that they did have some lag. And Panda here, Britain's of course going into 2 ranges. So Panda here having a great build. He will go for 2 ranges, has a lot of scouts, which could be a problem early on. So we probably should be adding in some spearmen as well. Yeah, there we go. Spearmen, I think it would be a good idea to go forward with the spearmen. Forward with the spearmen and the scouts. And look at that, Yellow actually killing the Petard with all his units, which means that he took a lot of splash damage. So now all the scouts, except for 1, are low HP. Red actually going the wrong way with the scouts. And yeah, look at Yellow. It's not... Okay, he's making spearmen, but not adding in the stable, not adding in an archer range. So he's going to try and go for some sort of fast castle, which is not the best approach. In my idea. Let's see here, he notes spearmen running away. Okay, so he is keeping track of his army, that's good. Panda is now messing up the archers. 6 archers for Panda. Also has a nice spearman over here. Ooh, Yellow. That was risky, and yeah, Panda actually did not take his boars. It's also a lot of food that he could be using. Since the rhinos have 400 food, that's 800 food. Okay, defense spearman from Yellow. Think Red should have sent some archers forward to deal with those spearmen. That looks like both players are not taking too big of risks here. Playing pretty defensively well. Maybe Panda went is at this point the most offensive one of both players. Don't like this farm placement at all. If you have to mill, at least place farms here before you take the straggler trees. So Panda is looking better in this game because he also has more army out and stuff, and I feel like 7 isn't really making the best decisions, but on the other hand, he will be getting to the castle age, sorry, before Panda. If you look at Panda, only 12 food. Now let's look at 7 here, 500 food. He is housed, and he's not creating a house here, so a lot of idle time for him. Luckily for him, he's only 2 villagers behind at the moment. Let's look at archers here. Now a lot of archers queued up. I think Panda needs to add in maybe a few more farms, or maybe even make a mill and take these 3 rhinos so you can use the wood for archers. Send some more to gold so you can make archers out of 3 ranges instead of out of 2. Okay, now this could be a good engagement here. No spearmen to deal with the scouts, unfortunately, but yellow will not want to fight this. And look at this, so many free hits, losing 4 scouts without attacking a single time. That was a great engagement from yellow. He should not have run back. He should have kept running forward and ran back in a circle like this. That way he wouldn't have lost that many units. But he is on the way to Castle Age, so red really needs to step it up here. Is there a hole here? I think there's a hole here between... Yeah, there we go, he's patching it up now. Still a hole over here with the tigers. The tigers will always also deny the walls from yellow. So at this point, yellow is in a decent position. He went 2 stables. 2 stables, and he has 5 on gold. Let's look. He doesn't have enough farms to go 2 stables. Okay, there we go. Archer picking off the villager. So he will be up to Castle Age. He will be going straight into Night, but I feel like he does not have enough economy to produce out of 2 stable Knights. He will be able to keep them producing for the first few minutes, but he's going to struggle later on. Rushing up defensive tower on the gold. Good decision here. He knows the archers are coming and he needs some defense on his gold villagers. But I feel like the archers could just sit beneath the gold here. Micro a bit more. Yep, there we go now. Now, is he on stone? Let's see where the stones are. No, both stone piles forward from yellow. And this is the problem if you go for fast castle and you are still open. As you can see here. Oh, what's red doing here? That was a misplay moving around the archers. But, okay, so yellow is producing a few knights, but look at this now. He's running out of gold. He's making a siege workshop, but he doesn't have the gold to make a mangonel. So mistake making a siege workshop maybe. But what else could he have done with the wood? Make more farms, since he doesn't have stone for another town center because he made the tower. Red going back with his army. It seems like he doesn't want to lose it to the knights. Good decision. Good decision here. Now he's going back. Oh, he's running into the tigers though. That's 4 tigers which are going to attack his archers. And yellow, sorry, just running past. Yellow just running past and going straight for the base of red. Go now, red going 3 archers. Still has a good amount of spearmen at home. Made some more walls here. Yeah, right hand side completely walled off. Great for him. And now yellow is running into the tigers and the outlaws, taking a few damage, not too much as you can see, but hey, every small bit can count. So now yellow is heavily on this gold. As you can see, villagers not working efficient. He should take half of them off and send them to this gold. Should also prioritize maybe getting these relics, since there aren't too many gold piles on the map. Ooh, nice job there, killing a villager, but Panda did quick wall. Yeah, he overchopped, I would say, or overmined. And then he was able to palisade it quite nicely to protect the other villagers here on the gold. It's a lot of hits on the knights. Panda is also almost in the castle age, and look at his army numbers. 31 military. There's a few spearmen here and probably also a scout or 2 maybe, I don't know. But for the rest it will all be archers, and those archers are going to do a lot of damage to yellow. Just imagine if he goes over here to the wood line, he could pick off all these villagers, he could run in the back. Like, it's not looking too good for yellow here. Just bought 100 stone, I think, so we can get a new town center placement. It's going to wall off the left hand side, but still open on the right here. And even if he walls the stuff, the archers can just sit behind the wood line and kill all these villagers. Panda immediately going out to 2 town centers, forward town center on the stone instead of on the gold. I don't think there's a way I can make the TC on here next to the gold, but probably wouldn't have been a good spot after all. And here you can see the army number advantage, which is really working out for Panda. And the siege workshop, which was built right when yellow hit the castle age, still hasn't been used. Now he has a lot of gold, but he doesn't have the wood, and he's making the monastery right now. Should have prioritized the mangonel before. But yeah, lucky for him, red doesn't have siege, so like, yeah, not really that much that he can do without siege. He can pick up a few villagers on the wood line. Yellow noticing that and already running away. And these villagers are quite safe unless red runs all the way inside here. But do you want to commit with all your army inside of the base of yellow? I think he probably feels confident with these numbers. Also yellow, like, now he had too much on gold. He is lacking the woods and the food. Cannot make... Okay, there we go. He made a mangonel, but now he's not making knights. Meanwhile, Panda, he is... Well, I thought he was constantly making archers, but it seems like he stopped his archer production as well to focus on his military in the front, maybe. Let's see here. 5+3 range, of course, versus the 7 range from the mangonel, which means that the crossbows could easily pick off this mangonel. Let's see here. Oh, Panda. Oh no! Oh, that's so big for yellow, losing the mangonel so early on. I think he almost could have had another shot, and it was like a millisecond late, and he would have had a great shot on the crossbows there. Like, the mangonel didn't attack around, it attacked the archers, and the archers were, lucky for Pan, I would say, still moving inside here, which is why they dodged the first shot. And the mangonel just got picked off before it was able to do a second shot. So now Panda probably scared for the mangonels. He's probably focusing at home, which is why he doesn't want to go too offensive with an army, because he can lose it all in 1 or 2 bad hits. Let's have a good villager lead here, 55, that's 50 more villagers picking off a house. Since, well, you want to use your army anyway, but military for yellow. 5 military is not making anything. You need to make army yellow, you need to make another mangonel, you need to make knights if you want to do damage. But he's just not using his resources at this point. And go to Red's point. Did Panda just bought so much food? What? Bought 100 food, 200 food, 100 food. Why would you buy food? You're Britons, you don't need all that food. Oh god, Panda, there's so little gold on the map and he just wasted so much gold buying food. Really strange decision here. What's he going to do with this 1k food? Does he want to go up to Imperial Age? Yeah, of course I can agree, but you need gold for that as well. And that's something he does not have. He might snag the relics from his opponents. Garrison the town center. So now yellow, I mean, is finally going aggressive again, but he doesn't have a lot of upgrades. Well, he does have the feudal age upgrades on his knights, but none of the castle age upgrades. Where are the pikemen? Let's see some. Oh, did he send all the pikemen forward? Yeah, he went forward with all of his pikemen. So he might lose a few villagers here on the wood line. That's 1 going down, and he's probably going to lose 2 or 3 more. Yeah, here you can see Panda going to steal away the relics. And Actually, those were the only relics on the map. Yeah, I'm not seeing any relics here on Panda's side. This knight's still doing work, killing villager number 3. Soon to be villager number 4 here. And Panda there, clicking up to Imperial Age. Probably, yeah, because he wasn't producing army the entire time. Still losing villagers here though. And he sent all of his crossbows back home to deal with this one knight. I think he should have stayed offensively. And he stole 2 relics. So now university for yellow, dropping down farms here. Let's look at his resources. Still lacking a bit of gold. Still lacking a bit of gold. He does have siege workshop and a monastery, so if he sells his wood and stone, then he could click up pretty soon as well. But yeah, like I said, the problem for him is no military. No military for him. This is a great castle from Panda here on 2 of the stones from yellow, which means that yellow only has this one stone pile. He's trying to go for this one right now, and he's going to be quite surprised when he sees the castle from red here. Red, what's he going to make out of the castle? I think since he has this much crossbows, he should just go for arbalests and then make trebuchets out of his castle. And of course get a unique tag in the castle to give your foot archers extra range. He's actually going for stables to make some raiding units, although he doesn't have any upgrades on his cavalry at this point. There we go, Yo-Wing, that's the tech I meant. Which gives the crossbows even more range. Oh, but look at this death ball of a unit. Still, I don't understand why Yellow didn't prioritize making a few more defensive mangonels. Seeing, as you know, he was versus the Britons. There we go, 1 extra range coming in, Brito Yo-Wing. And now it's 5+6 range, because the other additional range was because he hit the Imperial Agents. Britons get +1 range when they age up. And look at all the villagers going down here. Feel like Yellow needs some incredible onager shots, because those would have set the mangonel. The mangonel is probably going to get picked off before it can get a shot off. 7 range versus 5+6. Yeah, look at that mangonel going down. He should have kept the mangonels back here. Wait until he gets Imperial Age, get onagers, and then maybe with onagers and siege engineers upgrade, so he has extra range. Then maybe he can try to pick off crossbows. So at this point you would say that's looking really good for red here. But the thing is, with the lower hand bracket, we have to keep in mind these players don't have the greatest micro. These players are in 2Ks, so 1 or 2 mangonel shots could turn the game around when players are going for crossbows. Towns are going down for yellow here. Red. Yeah, light cav coming in. Panda getting the upgrades. Does Panda know about the castle? Yeah, he should prioritize focusing on the castle now. And there we go, GG already been called from yellow here. GG, well played. Okay, let's quickly look at the achievements here. We have military count looking way better for Panda, but the biggest difference here is the army count. Army count is really what won the game for red here. Yellow could have maybe tried to turn it around the castle, push some mangonel shots, which could have happened, but he was just playing defensively and not making any army, which just gave Reds an even bigger chance to win the game here. Even the economy better for Reds, collecting every single resources more, and a lot more map exploration. And the only thing he was behind was the villagers though, which he will probably cut up like in the last few seconds of the game.